All right, it is Saturday, June 1st. We're about to start the Carter-Moriah Trail, knock out the whole Carter Range through Middle Carter. And it's a pretty nice day up here at the lake at Carter Notch. So we had a nice night last night. Came out to the lake to look at some stars. And now we got 4 miles out, 4 miles back about to Middle Carter. And we're gonna start. Ready to roll?
Ready to go.
All right, let's do it. We'll check back in later. All right, we are up on Carter Dome, maybe like a quarter, halfway up. There's a view. You get a pretty nice view here of Wildcat and a little bit of the presidentials peeking through. Heads up, Jay. That's probably Adams. That's a nice view. And there's some of Washington, maybe. But it's pretty nice here. Got the northern view. Got this cool rock face.
Yeah, it's like Black Panther.
Looks awesome. All right. All right, we're gonna chill out, grab a drink, finish this trail up. All right, we're at the top of Carter Dome. There's a big rock pile here and no view. And it looks like the actual summit is down that trail just a couple feet. So I guess we'll go tag that up. But yeah, not much to see here.
It's a nice mound of rock, so.
Yeah, this actually was a pretty fun climb. From the hut, the first like half mile, right up until you got to the view, was like just brutal, like real tough hiking, and then after that it's really not that hard. Good day so far. It's a little after 11. I think it's quarter after 11, and we're gonna head over to Mount Height to get the good view, and then we'll finish up the Carters. All right, let's go see if we can tag up this summit. All right. Yeah, I don't know if this is the summit or not. I think it might be down that trail like a couple feet, but this is basically it. There's a big old rock pile back there. Big rock pile here. Some kind of old foundation. But pretty boring. Pretty boring spot. But all right, we're gonna go mosey around, check out the spot here. Looks like there is a view after all on top of Carter. And I was just talking to a guy that did the Wild River section, which would be like the bowl section of this mountain range, and he said it was pretty rough in there. He said it wasn't maintained.
Yeah.
They don't maintain the campsites anymore. All right, well, you get a little bit of a view of where we looking. Is that further down the range? Is that like, I don't know where we're looking. I don't know, maybe that's Moriah. I'm discombobulated. Yeah, but it's pretty nice day. When we get to Mount Height, we'll have a nice view, and we're heading there next. All right, we just popped out of the woods on Mount Height, coming up the trail there. Get a nice view up here, and it should be even better as we continue down the trail. But we heard Mount Height is kind of the highlight of this range, and I think that might be correct. It's pretty nice up here. and it was not very far off the trail, very easy to get to. Definitely got to stop by it. Only took a few minutes to get here off the trail. And it looks like we're gonna get a 360 view. got Mount Wash. We got Wildcat. We've got, I don't know what this is, but it's north. Maybe Maine, Canada. And we got Mount Moriah. And the rest of the Carters, which I think that's Middle Carter, which is where we're going today. And there's the rest of the presidentials. We got.
I wonder if back there, I wonder if that's the penny all the way in the back. That's more to the left. Maybe more to the left.
Yeah, that's not the Pemmy. But there's the presidentials. We got Madison, Adams, Jefferson, and Washington. All right, time to eat some food. All right, we're at the intersection of the Carter Dome and Carter-Moriah trails, and we're going to keep going on Carter-Moriah, get out to Middle Carter, which is a little less than 2 miles away. Trail from Mount Height was easy, definitely worth taking. And so far today, the trail's been easy, except that first part coming up from camp, it was pretty steep, but other than that, it really wasn't too bad of a trail, right?
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, it's everything's in good shape up here.
Especially the way that we went to the heights was easy. The way we went down to come this way, that was pretty steep.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. A little washed out.
But we didn't have to do that, so.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, we're gonna keep rolling. All right, we're here on South Carter. Not much of a view here, just a little spot to sit. And the hike from Height to Carter was not bad at all. It looks a little far, but it's not so bad. And we're just gonna hang here, grab a drink, and hit Middle Carter, our last mountain of the day. Looks like maybe a mile away or something like that. All right, we'll see ya. Here we are, we're getting up to Middle Carter. We're between the Carters. And it's a pretty nice hike. Bunch of people up here. Good views. Intermittent exposed views. But it's very nice. And we're almost done. Once we get there, should be like 3 o'clock. We'll be ready to head back over to Carter Notch. I think that's it. Yes. Yes, it is. All right, we did it. We're at Middle Carter. I guess this is it. This is Middle Carter. There's a little bit of a view, kind of, but we're gonna go back to the last good viewpoint to take a break and eat some lunch or whatever, and then we're gonna go back the way we came, which hopefully will be a little easier because it's more downhill. But awesome day, great out and back hike, really not that long. We started at 9:30 What time is it?
It is 2:45.
It's almost 3 o'clock. And
Just chatting with some guys.
that's it. Yeah, we spent some time chatting with people, nice people on the trail today. And not so touristy up here. Everyone here is like a hiker doing big miles.
Big miles.
Except for me, of course. All right, let's get to it. We got to get back, take a break. So let's start walking back. See you. All right, what's up, everybody? It's the next day. It's Sunday, June 2nd, maybe. And we just went to the hut for some coffee. We are now walking the 19 Mile Brook Trail. It's a pretty nice day today. It's hot in the sun. There's bugs everywhere, but they're not really bothering me. Yeah, so let's do a little summary of the area. So we walked up 19 Mile Brook with super heavy packs to set up a nice warm camp. Really nice hike. Glad we did it that way. There's a camp right outside the protected zone around the hut. A stealth campsite, that's awesome. There's fire pits there. There's multiple spots to pitch a tent. There's an area to cook that's pretty far away from the tent sites. And the water source is at the hut, which is a 1/4 mile down the trail. Yeah, after we got there, we did Wildcat A. That took like an hour to get up. It's a 0.7, but it's really steep. We didn't go to D because I'm not really feeling great. And then the next day, we did Carter Ridge out to Middle Carter. And that's quite a haul going up Carter Dome. But after that, it's not super hard, but it is a little long and there's a lot of elevation gain. Mount Height is kind of the highlight of the area. That's got the best view. And it's a little bit off the trail, but definitely worth doing. It was only like an extra 10 or 15 minutes or something. It really wasn't, it was really negligible. There are campsites up there, but none of them have any good water sources. And in general, they're not very good. So I wouldn't camp on the ridge if I ever came back here. And one more thing to note, these other guys hiked up to the Imp campsite, I think from the Imp Trail, and they tried to go across the ridge the next day. I think they did Moriah as well, and right around Mount Height, they seemed like they were out of gas. And I said, why don't you come camp where we are? And they said, it's just too much elevation gain in one day. They got to stay here. So I've seen that trail, that on all trails, that kind of hike. We wanted to do that hike this weekend, but I think that hike is a little tough for this area because you have to double back on these trails, and these trails are pretty tough. They're not the toughest trails ever, but there's quite a bit of elevation gain here for what it is. So I think that's all I had to say. The way coming back from Middle Carter wasn't that hard. It really didn't seem as hard, and we definitely did it in less time. But great out and back coming from the campsite here. Both the Wildcats will be good out and backs. Wildcat A to D would be a good out and back from here. And ultimately, it's a great spot to camp. And that's probably one of the best campsites I've ever stayed at, stealth campsites. So that's the summary. That was a long summary. That was 3 minutes. Jay, you got anything to add to this summary? Anything we want to remind us about?
Great little spot, great hikes. There are, spots that you can camp in between the cannons, south and middle, if you need
Cannons,
to.
you mean Carters?
Carters, I would not suggest it.
Yeah.
Like
Bad
Dan
spots.
Said, but
those were fine for the Appalachian Trail guys. We ran into some Appalachian Trail people
yes,
that were hiking the trail. That's fine for them because they're just going to stay there quick. But if you're looking to like actually like gather water and cook dinner and like really spend a little time there. Not really good.
Yeah,
Not really a
where
good
you wanna
spot,
go.
but they're there for an emergency.
Mountain height, one of the best views I've ever seen.
Yeah, Mount Height view is great. That's a great view.
360. And definitely just a great little spot. Definitely glad you came here and definitely willing to do it again.
All right, cool. All right, good summary. We got to get back. We got these really heavy packs on. We got to get back to the car. We're going down 19 Mile Brook. We'll check in at the car. See ya. Pretty nice. We are back. It's like 1 o'clock. I don't remember when we left, but that took like 2 or 3 hours, maybe 3 hours. And we're back, so we're gonna go get some hamburgers. Great weekend ended on this trail. I think that's it. We'll see y'all later.